This ain't no intro, this the entree. Hit that in.
Hey, this is Virgie, and welcome to my channel.
From Houston like Auntie Beyonce. Man, my daughter couldn't have a better mother.
What up, guys? This is V's Kicks back with another video for you. So today's video is going to be a little different. We won't be talking about shoes, but what I will be talking about is a service that I use to rent out my personal car that actually helped me to purchase a lot of the shoes that I have. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So today I'll be talking about a service called Turo, and basically Turo is a service that allows regular people to rent their personal vehicles out. So let's say, you have two cars and one of the cars you really don't use that much. If you wanted to make some extra money, you can list it on Turo, rent it out. People request to come and rent it. You meet up with them, you give them your keys, they drive it away, and then they bring your car back to you. Or you can deliver it to them. You can pick it up however, you want to work it, whatever works for you. So I started using Turo in 2015, and that is when I bought my 2015 Chevy Camaro. I bought the Camaro, and the same day I bought it, I realized I don't want this car. I didn't want it, and I couldn't just take it back and return it. It was definitely an impulse purchase that I was stuck with. So I said, okay, well, I don't want it. I don't want to pay this car note on it. And the car note wasn't cheap. What am I going to do? And I Googled how to rent out your car. And I didn't even know I didn't know if it was a thing. I didn't know if people were doing it. It was just a thought, like, how can I get my car paid for without paying for it? And I searched how to rent your car out, and a service called Relay Rides came up. And Relay Rides is Turo. They just had a name change. It was very easy to sign up for. You put all your information in, name, driver's license, if you want to be a renter, and if you want to be a renter, like if you want to be the person who comes and like rents the car, there's like, stuff you have to put in it. And if you want to rent out your car, then you have to put like the car's make, model, license plate number, the things. You put all that in, and then your car is listed like this. This is my Turo profile with, the car, what it has, blah, blah, blah. Right now it's unlisted because it was totaled while a renter had it, but we'll get into that. So Turo is actually a very easy service to use, and I would highly recommend it to anybody looking to do something like this. I know that's kind of like, what? Your car got totaled? Why would you recommend this? But it definitely wasn't Turo's fault, and Turo they handled everything. So, and that is like one of the biggest questions that I get when people, when I tell people I'm renting my car out on Turo, they're like, well, what happens if they steal it? Or what happens if they do this, da 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 da. Turo covers it as long as you select the appropriate insurance that they offer. So there's some different insurance packages that you can pick when you use Turo. You can choose no insurance, where you get 100% of your profit from renting your car out. So if I come and rent your car for $100, you get the whole $100. However, if you pick some of their insurance packages, then they take a percent of your profit. So I had like the mid-level package. With the mid-level package, they took 25% of my profit, which is definitely worth it, because while my car has been rented on Turo since 2015, so maybe about 3 years, I have had some, I won't say a lot, but I have had about maybe 3 or 4 cases where I've had to take my car in for damages. So basically, what happens is, when you rent your car out, the person comes and picks it up from you, or you drop it off to them. I always had the person come to me and drop it back off to me. It's just, when they come, you have to verify that it's the person that you're renting to, because if you don't and something happens and it wasn't, who they said they were, that's on you. So when they come, ask them for their driver's license. I always take a picture of it, or I ask them to bring me a copy, and I return that copy to them or delete their picture once they bring the car back. But that way, their name matches what their name should be on, Turo. And that was another thing. See red flags with some people, I would say decline it. Like, I've had people, with their profile names being like smoke dog 2020, kill your little mama on the side of the road. And I'm like, I'm not renting my car out to you, dog. Like, no, because I'm sure that's not on your driver's license. So when they come and rent the car, you take a picture of their ID or take a copy of it just to verify that that name matches, you know, who the renter is on their profile. Once you do that, it is highly recommended that you go around and take pictures of your vehicle, video, whatever, so that you can like mark and note anything that's already on there and anything that is not there. So one of the first incidents that I had with Turo was somebody broke into the car. And when they broke into the car, they went in through the outside lock, they popped it out. And the guy told me when he returned it, he said, you know, somebody broke in the car. I'm not sure, but a renter had my car. He got it broken into. He did report it, but I said there was no damage. So I didn't file a report. But now I see the damage that was done due to that. Is there any kind of way that I could still file the claim to get my door fixed? And they were very accommodating. They said, yes, just submit the paperwork for how much it is to get your door fixed, and we'll review it. So I went into the collision shop. They gave me a estimate for like $1,000 to fix the door. And I think this was the first time I ever submitted a claim through Turo. So I'm thinking like, oh, $1,000. They're gonna say, no, go somewhere else. That's too much, blah, blah, blah. Go to this person, the little poop chicken wing shop that do tinted windows. Go to them. Like, that's what I thought they were gonna do. So I submitted them the estimate, and they were like, okay, we'll deposit the money in your account. I'm like, what? Like, okay. Super easy. And every time I've had a claim with them, that is how it has been. This big incident that happened is I got a request for like, it was around the 4th of July. This was like Monday. I want to say that following day, like midday, she called me and said, hey, I've been in an accident. You know, I'm fine. They're towing the car to an impound lot. I said, okay, well, is the car drivable still? Because if so, you know, I'll go get it, take it to the collision shop so, you know, they can start looking at estimates for repairs. She said, yeah, it's still drivable. I said, okay, send me the information of where they're taking it to. I'll go, you know, handle it in the morning. Next morning, I call the lot and I say, hey, you know, I'm just trying to see how I could come pick up my car to take it to a collision shop. He was like, okay, give me the information for the car. Give him the information, and he's like, well, you sure you want that car? I said, yeah. He's like, I'm pretty sure that car's totaled. I said, well, I wasn't the driver in the accident. I don't know what it looks like or anything. So I'm not sure. He was like, well, I think you should come up here and see it before, you know, you waste any money. I said, okay, I'm on my way. Now, mind you, the young lady told me that the car was still drivable. That I go back to look at the car, and this is what I see. Yeah, real drivable, real drivable. Like, I was just gonna drive off in that thing. So I'm like, yeah, this car is, you know, it's pretty bad. The renter definitely she handled everything on her end. Like, she had already reported that it was an accident to Turo. You know, told them whatever on her end. So once I actually saw the car, you know, I went in and I submitted my request to them, letting them know that the car was like badly damaged, not drivable, blah, blah, blah. So once I submitted all that to them, they were like, okay, we're going to send someone out to pick the car up and, you know, an estimator or whatever. So they went. They saw that it, you know, that when they had their person go out, their person, you know, determined that it was a total loss. And once they determined it was a total loss, they started their total loss process. Now, I will say their total loss process does take a little bit longer than their regular claims process like that, where I would typically just submit the estimate and get that money the same day. With the total loss, they actually do outsource it to another insurance claim company. And so once they determine it's a total loss, it goes over to another company, and the company was called DMA, and they take over the claim. And they're a little bit slower than the Turo's claim process, but again, they are, you know, they have to do a lot more. So it definitely was a long process. So it happened around July 4th weekend. Everything was complete with payment and all of that August 22nd. So it was a little bit, you know, longer than, you know, I wanted it to be, but at the same time, they covered everything. So they paid the car off, and, you know, sent the money over to my, you know, bank who I had the loan through for the car. And yeah, you know, that was pretty much it. Yeah. So, I still would highly recommend anybody using Turo. Like, I would honestly still use Turo. I haven't decided when I'm gonna get another car yet. You know, I'm really liking not having a car note right now. And that was pretty much the main reason I used the service anyways, because I didn't want to pay the car note and I didn't want the car. So the fact that the person got it and totaled it out, like, it wasn't really that, like, I really didn't care. Like, I was actually kind of happy about it. So, it kind of worked out for me. However, I know if someone, you know, does want their car, it probably wouldn't be the same situation. So, but I would highly recommend Turo to anybody looking to use the service. I would definitely say make sure you take pictures of everything when you're renting it out. Have your renter take pictures. Pick the insurance package. Don't do no insurance, because like I said, they advertise that they give you up to $1 million of insurance. And I right now, like, from doing it for the past 3 years, I don't have any reason to believe that they don't. Like I said, they paid the car off completely. They determined what it was worth and all of that, and they actually you know, gave me a little bit more than what I had to, what I still actually owed on the car. So not like a, you know, a tremendous amount more, but a little bit, you know, hey, all money matters. So, and they paid all of that off. I had to come out of pocket. I didn't have to come out of pocket for anything. Like, I didn't have to pay any deductibles or anything like that. They covered everything. So I would highly recommend it. Like, you don't have to worry about, you know, your car being wrecked or damaged and not being covered. Like, it definitely could get damaged, it definitely could get wrecked, but at least you know you're covered with them. And they're very responsive, they're very helpful. You know, if you send them some communications about, hey, what's going on with this, they definitely reach back out to you in a reasonable time. Like, I've never had any issues with that. Like I said, the only time where it was a little bit more lengthy process than I liked is when my claim got transferred over to who they outsource, you know, their bigger claims to. But even with that, once I reached out to them and said, hey, it's taking a little bit longer over here, what's going on? They reached out to me, they reached out to them, you know, and they got me, you know, back in the loop of what was going on. So I would highly recommend using the service. Just be thorough with it, you know, don't just rent your car out to any Tom, Dick, and Harry who can't put their real name on the account. I would advise against that. If they come to you and they say, hey, oh, I forgot my driver's license. Okay, well, go back and get it. I'll wait. Because if you don't verify all those things, it's going to be on you. You have to verify that that is the person that you're renting to. You want to verify how your car, you know, what state your car is in before you give it to them. And you have to really check your car when they bring it back. Because like me, I didn't really care about little scratches and stuff like that. But some people do. Like, some people really care about that stuff. And if they see a little scratch that wasn't there, they're claiming it and getting it fixed. So it's really, really up to you. And you do get to determine, you know, how you want to do it. But if you have an extra car, if you don't really need your car, I would highly recommend using Turo. It's worked out wonders for me. Like, you know, Turo all right with me. They cool with me, you know. Yeah. So if you have any other questions about the service, definitely drop them down below. More than happy to answer any of them. But yeah, I guess that's all I got for this video. But I wanted to come in and share this because I know, like, I've told a lot of people that I use this service, and a lot of people have had, you know, questions about it. How does it work? And da-da-da-da. So I thought that this would definitely be a good informative video to do, you know, to help y'all out if y'all looking to make some extra cash with that service. So drop any questions you have down below. Like I said, I'm more than willing to answer all of them. But yeah, guys, that's all I got. Thank y'all for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.
I guess you knew and blew a good thing, baby.
Bye, baby, I